How you doing, sir?
Yeah, yeah. They work on the people now, push it back. Yes. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay. Great. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Medication check.
But I do want to test that. The way they want to make people consult.
Oh, okay.
I'll come right to your office, doctor. Don't play.
Roaming around this pretty much. It ain't on the clock, but it's on the clock.
Well, enjoy your
That's all. Yeah,
Bruh.
oh, yeah. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. So I say, good evening, everybody. Good evening. I'm beginning starting about 5 minutes. Before we get started, I'll let you know restrooms are outside this room. The unisex straight ahead. You have the young ladies' room to the right. We also have snacks out there. Unfortunately, you cannot eat food in here. You can bring water. If you need a snack, please go outside the room, enjoy your snack. But you're not bringing in here, you can drink water. All right, so 5 minutes, we started. Once again, thanks very much for joining us for thesis.
That's all good for you. That's all you can talk about this whole time.
My money, my wallet's still here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? You know, free lunch for that.
Get some rest. Get some rest.
I got it. One or two. No, I'm doing one. 3 o'clock.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Great.
Oh, okay.
Um, Director Shaw. So for these, I can't find none of their information.
Do me a favor, see if you can Google.
Okay.
Because a lot of them have stuff that's going on. That's my brother. Trying to get a folder. It's a youth empowerment group.
Where?
We'll just say that's called youth empowerment group. But the little visionary group, they have something. They have different things. Became farmers. Jamil, give her 2-3 lines about what Urban Container Farmers is and what you're looking to do for the grant. Just give her 2-3 lines, 2-3 sentences about what it is and what you're looking to accomplish for this grant. Tell her real quick.
What I'm going to accomplish with Urban Container Farmers, I got you. So Urban
Hold
Container.
on.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is introductions. First and foremost, let me tell you this. Usually, we have thesis, we run about an hour and a half. Tonight, we're gonna have an abbreviated version of thesis. And that's a good thing. The reason why, there are 25 different organizations somewhere in the room right now who will be awarded a small grant. And these 25 organizations, what they're doing is amazing. Their focus, their efforts, their goal, their mission, their job is to work with young adults between the ages of 8 to 18. The goal is to reduce violence, specifically gun violence in the city of Trenton. These individuals picked up the mantle when they were called and said they want to be a part of the solution. If anybody who's part of an organization, you know it's darn near impossible to do everything, see everything all at once.
Bluetooth mode.
This is definition of collaboration. So we want to make sure we get these organizations their funding and also give them their flowers. A lot of times, people are doing great things in our beautiful city, and it gets unnoticed. We're not about that. We're about making sure people are getting noticed for what they do. Whether you're getting time, money, or resources, we appreciate it. So with that said, we're gonna do like we usually do. We're gonna do introductions. And how we do our introductions is real simple. Your name, the organization that you're representing this evening, and also if this is your first thesis or not. Got it? Does everyone know? All right, y'all say y'all got it, right? Okay. Let's start to my left.
Jason Rogers, chairperson, Fathers of Men United for a Better Trenton, Trenton Community Street Team, lead high risk individuals, state pastor supervisor.
Avon Williams, Trenton Community Street Team, hybrid. Trenton Community Street Team, hybrid.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Amin Abdullah, Trenton Community Street Team, Virtual Intervention Program, Outreach Coordinator for Neighborhood Improvement Association of Trenton. Not my first thesis.
My name is Chester Jones. I'm the founder and CEO of the Trenton Athletic Center. This is not my first thesis.
Hello, everyone. My name is Majen Banks, and this is my first thesis.
Welcome.
Thank you. I am representing Billion Banks Way.
Good evening, everyone. My name is T.H.E.S.I.S. This is my first thesis, and I'm representing my nonprofit that me and my wife organized. It's called Anything Out.
Welcome.
My name is Ron Chambers, founder of Campus Life. This is my first thesis.
Welcome.
Welcome. Welcome.
Frank Baldwin, representing Men for Hope, lifetime member.
I'm Danielle Leo. I am the founder and executive director of London Bluish, and this is my first thesis.
Welcome.
Hello. I'm the community engagement coordinator for London Bluish, and this is my first thesis.
Welcome.
Hi, everyone. My name is Big Dance, the training sports T.H.E.S.I.S.
Hello, everyone. I am Dr. Tashana Ellis, born and raised here in Good City of Trenton, New Jersey. I am the CEO and founder of the T.H.E.S.I.S Hope Center. This is my first thesis, and I'm also running for City Council at North. First time.
Welcome.
Hello, everybody. My name is Victor Torres, and I'm with Travis Road Team, and we're Global Support LLC.
My name is Jenny Higgins, I'm with Isles. It's definitely not.
Hello, my name is Rick Vaughn, and I'm a college student at Mercer, and I'm showing my program. That's my brother.
Welcome, Ray.
Hi everyone, I'm Tara Belford from JRH Foundation of the Arts. It is not my first.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Stacy Denton. I am the director of Youth College here at Mercer County Community College. This is not my first thesis.
Welcome.
Hello, I'm Sanai, and I'm owner of Elevated Investments.
Welcome.
My name is Casey Dash LLC, Air Services. This is my second thesis. Hello, everyone. My name is Sylvia Hudson, and I'm here with Trenton.
Hello, I'm Michael Lewis, and I'm with teachers. I'm here on behalf of T.H.E.S.I.S from Trevor Soda Street team. Also, Youth Box Fitness, aka we want money for service.
Good evening. My name is Alex Feldon. I'm the Director of Community Development at T.H.E.S.I.S, and this is my first meeting.
Welcome.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Felicia Spence, and I am from the High Risk Interventionist for Trenton Street Team. I am also a program manager for Trenton, which is not my first.
Hello, my name is Kevin Davis. I'm from Positive Prevention for.
My name is Cindy Brown, and I'm here with my grandpa.
You can airdrop it to me.
Everybody, my name is Rick Hammond. I'm the Site Coordinator for Trenton.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Dr. Monica Clark, and I'm the founder of Dr. Incorporated. I also represent Mercer County Mental Health Board this evening, and this is not my first.
Welcome.
My name is Preston Bridget. I'm the CEO and founder of Trenton United Family Foundation. This is my first.
Hi, I'm Monique Pickett. I'm an outreach specialist for Trenton Street Team. I'm creating our very popular Thomas Closet.
Hi, my name is Deanne. I work for TCST as well as a hybrid employee. I do say passive and outreach work. I've been here before.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Corey Ingram. I'm here to have Trenton Street Team, FYI, director. I just want to put this word out here. We are having an open cohort for 16 to 20-year-olds in the GED. And if you need any more information, stuff will be on the table. So if anybody wants to be for young people, let us know.
Thank you so much. I'll wait till we get a little settled. Hey, this is me.
Come on in. Got seats over here.
Come on in.
Got more seats. Come on in. Sign in, please. Got some more seats over here. So while we have everyone who's coming in, finishing, getting seated, we're going to continue our introductions.
Good evening, all. My name is Heather Johnson Smith, and I'm honored and blessed to serve as operations manager of Trenton. And this is not my first week.
everybody. My name is Rajon Saunders. They call me Miss Jiffy. I am here on behalf of Trenton Community Street Team, Youth VIP, and Case Management. And this is not my first thesis.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Daisy Frank. I am the outreach specialist for the community team. I'm actually a hybrid worker. I do T.H.E.S.I.S and outreach work. Oh, I've been to everything. That's right.
Oh, no.
Hey, everybody, Alex Rodriguez, hybrid worker for Trenton Street Team. And this is like,
So I know a few people walked in the room, so please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Rick Griffiths. I'm here representing Phi Beta Sigma. We were going to give the award of the grant tonight. Thank you.
This is your first thesis? Your first meeting? Your first time here?
Yes, oh yeah.
Welcome.
Shavonna Morgan, outreach worker, first responder, Trenton Street Storage Street.
Hi, my name is Bob Jordan. I'm representing my organization named T.H.E.S.I.S, and I've been to a lot of these.
Lee Roberts, inspiring your creativity.
Welcome.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Bob Golan. I have the privilege of being the executive director and founder of Powerhouse, a nonprofit organization in the city of Trenton.
I'm out of town, ambassador, I'm the vice president.
And also communications manager.
First time. Been more than him, but.
It's like every time you have to give a speech, he running late. There you go, there you go, there you go, there you go.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Mr. Fowler. I work for Trenton Community Street Team as a Safe-Passage employee. And I'm also an employee at the Wellness Center, 505 3rd Street. This is not my first time.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Nevaeh Hallett. I work for Trenton Community Street Team as their communications coordinator.
Thanks. Hi, everyone. I'm Laura Conservative, Chief Operating Officer at
So I am, that we get everybody, I want to make sure we got everybody. Is there anyone who walked a little bit late that didn't get introduced? I feel like we're missing somebody. I feel like there's a person to my left that didn't introduce themselves. Yeah, a couple people over here. I didn't hear y'all talk. Go ahead.
Sorry. My name is Jordy Jones. Trenton Community Street Team, Safe-Passage. This is not my first thesis. Yep.
I'm late. I'm just here.
Is this your first thesis meeting? Yes. Welcome.
Welcome.
By the time we get done, hopefully you'll know what's going on. It's not like you were voluntold to be here, but it's okay. So do we have everybody? Come on, Mr. Nate. Come on, brother.
My name is Nick Gaston. I'm a member of Property Management.
AKA Action Jackson. So once again, I want to make sure that we welcome everybody here. But first, let me introduce myself. My name is Perry Shaw. I am Executive Director of Building Better Way for Trenton, a local nonprofit community street team. With that being said, do me a favor, give yourselves a round of applause. The reason why it's important for you to acknowledge yourself is because of the fact it is now 5:30 p.m. I know for some of you, you've been up since about 5 a.m. And for others, once you leave here, you may be going to another job. But you're here for a reason. You're here because you care about this beautiful city of Trenton. I know a lot of times people say negative things about Trenton, but they don't focus on the positive things. We can't let a small percentage of things that happen in our city control the majority of our city. We're here to collaborate. We're here to communicate, and we're here to provide support for our city. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It's truly appreciated. With that being said, let me give you a little bit of background about what Trenton Community Street Team is and some of the work that we do. I promise I will be brief because once again, this will be a brief thesis. The Trenton Community Street Team mission is to provide support, to make sure that we're here for our community, to provide a listening ear, healing, and understanding, listening without judgment, being gap fillers, to share information. Trenton does a lot of things good, or should I say great, but communication is not one of them. So we're all a part of changing that. And that's why Trenton Community Street Team is here. We're one part of the public safety ecosystem. When you think of professionalism, when you think of public safety, you should think of EMT, you should think of fire, you should think of police, and you should think of street teams. And Trenton is blessed enough to have 2 street teams. We have Trenton Community Street Team and Trenton Restorative Street Team. And we are aligned, meaning that we have the goal to make sure Trenton is better. And we're here for that reason, for that purpose. It isn't about competition, it's about collaboration. We understand how we got here in our city when it comes to violence. Violence is a public health crisis, full stop. We have to look at root causes of violence. It's the same thing over and over again. Disinvestments in our community, whether that's housing, whether that's education, whether that's health, mental, physical, or maternal. And we're all here to change that tide because Trenton is a beautiful place to live. Usually at this point, we usually give our report outs from TCST, but before that, we usually do our community walk report out. But before we do that, I would love to bring up somebody here who's very special, near and dear to our hearts, and also near and dear to Mercer County Community College. So I need them to share some good news about an event that took place not too long ago. And so without further ado, I would love to have Miss Stacy Dent come up here and give an overview of what took place on my
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. It's good to be here again to share with you all that on Monday, we were able to host our 12th annual MLK Day of Service. And can I say it was an amazing day. And if you were in this space, you were able to see Trenton come together unified as one body to support this great city. We had organizations, all of our Greek organizations, we had churches, and we were supported by the county exec, elected officials, come together at Mercer County Community College to support this great effort. We had over 250 volunteers, and I said 250 volunteers because we know some folks slipped in without registration, but we tried our best to count them. We made 850 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches that was donated to T.H.E.S.I.S. We wrapped over 1,000 utensils and sent those utensils to T.H.E.S.I.S. We packaged 205, we call it warm hugs, which is hats, scarves, and gloves that were donated to Homefront and Anchor House for such a time as this, because you know we are facing this weather. We don't know what's going to happen with this winter storm coming up, but for such a time as this, it is needed. So we hope that it's going to be given to someone who is in need during this time. For Unity, we packaged 385 toiletry bags that was given to them. And we call it Care Packs for Kids. We packaged 1,171 package of snacks that were given to 7 different organizations. And the Trenton Community Street Team received those some of those packs that were given to our students. And as they leave their after-school programs, they're given these snacks that they could take home with them, or they could eat as they enjoy their activities. So we just want to take this opportunity to thank all of our volunteers, all of our sponsors, I just want to take this opportunity to thank the Trenton Community Street Team. We want to thank Isles for, supporting us. And if I start calling names, I'm going to get myself in trouble. But because I received the floor from Trenton Community Street Team, I'm going to call their names. And because Isles is in the room, I'm going to call their names. Thank you for your support and for your donations. We truly appreciate it. And we hope that you will partner with us next year to make this effort bigger and better. And as you could see that we're making an impact. And it was not a day off for us. It was a day on. And we did the thing. So again, thank you.
So it's important to give people their flowers where they can smell them. I just want to say that Ms. Denton mentioned about this being the 12th annual. What she didn't mention was the trials and tribulations that have occurred on several of these MLK Days of Service. So I recall one MLK Day of Service where it was so cold outside, the temperature said -3. So there's a certain temperature where the college closes, and that was that day. And so Ms. Denton got the call at about 6 a.m. when we were supposed to get started at 8 a.m. She didn't lose faith. She was able to scramble around and find a new venue. And rather than having the 100 or so people who signed up show up, she had about 150 show up. And we're talking about -2-degree temperatures. There was another situation that occurred not too long ago where there was an act of violence that took place. By the grace of God, no one was hit, but it was gunshots. And it happened right here in front of the college. And as a precautionary process, they closed the college down again. What did Ms. Denton do? She made some phone calls, and she made sure that we had MLK Day of Service. And once again, more people showed up than who registered. And they came to be of service. So Ms. Denton, thank you. Give a round of applause. So before we move on with our program and focus on community walks, I just want to share something. As I said before, a lot of times the focus on this beautiful city is negative things. I'm here to bring some good news. With the work that street teams do, whether that's Trent Restorative Street Team or Trent Community Street Team, we rely on something called data. Data is the lifeblood of our organizations. That's what keeps funding going. That's what keeps people moving forward. And it also assists with our credibility. Because you can say you're doing things, but if you have data to back it up, it's just words. So with that being said, I would love to read something to you. It's only maybe a paragraph or two long. And I promise you, by the end of it, you'll understand what I'm reading. Is that okay with everybody?
Yes.
So dated January 6, 2026. This is before we had our new incoming governor. Article states, Governor Murphy and top state law enforcement officials on Tuesday announced major drops in shootings across New Jersey. In 2025, calling the trends proof that recent public safety strategies are working. Last year, 559 people suffered gunshot injuries in New Jersey, a 28% decrease from 2024, when 778 shootings was lost. Let me finish first. A record low since statewide tracking began in 2009. Of those shot in 2025, 107 died, a 31% drop from the previous year. The number of shooting victims and shooting murder victims have now fallen for 4 consecutive years and is at an all-time low. The number of people killed by gunfire in 2025 was down more than 60% from 2016, when 273 people were killed, the highest total since tracking began. Nearly all major cities saw a decline in shooting victims, including drops of more than 50% in Lake City and Patterson, and declines between 23% and 31% in Camden, Newark, and Trenton. People can be mad, people can argue, people can give their opinions. As they always say, people can lie, but facts don't. These are the facts, people. I just want to say this. We've been seeing this trend happen since 2022. I'm not saying it's because of, but I want to say once again, in part of. Both of these street teams in this room were founded and started in 2022. We are a part of the public safety ecosystem. It's not only about police. It's not only about the judicial system. The community has to play a major part in reducing violence in our city. And we're proving that every single day. So once again, thank you all for collaborating. This is the good news. This is facts. We will all make sure that we share this information with you. If you left your email information, we will forward the article to you. So when people start talking negative about Trenton, talk about this article right here. Because this is the facts. This is information that you can share. This is information about how we're progressing and moving in the right direction. Thank you for that.
Right now.
With that being said, I would like to call Ms. Heather Johnson-Smith up so she can go into our community walks.
Hello again, everyone. It is my privilege to move us forward with information regarding our most recent walk. So we conducted our walk on Wednesday, January 14th. We were happy to be joined by our partners, Unity, formerly Women's Space, Children's Futures, Empowerment House, One Simple Push, one of our newest partners, and glad to have him here this evening.
Yep.
And also a community member who resided on the street that we did our walk on, which I'll share more information about that in the future. It was also a teacher at Knightford Academy, so hold on to that thought. The walk was conducted our meeting location was 300 Maple Ave. That is in front of Razor Sharp Barbershop for those that are familiar with the area. And then we continued our walk down Maple Ave. This walk was a little bit different. And I don't know if anyone can attest to this that was a part of the walk, but it was very much an uplifting experience because our residents that we encountered, they were just full of hope and joy. They said they felt safe in their neighborhood that they existed in. A lot of neighbors knew one another and were calling each other, by name. And they were just happy to share a little bit about themselves with us. So I just want to just highlight some of the individuals we came in contact with. So we encountered a Vietnam vet who had been living in Trenton for 45 years. He felt safe, had no issues about that. But he did talk about the trauma he experienced based on his service for our country and how he struggled with that, but how he was also receiving help and the difference that made in his life. And he was very outspoken about that, and we appreciate him sharing himself in that way with us. Then we encountered a single father of three, who again stated that he moved to that area because of its known safety. He had been there for maybe 3 years, I'm not sure. But he was excited about the information that he received because when we go on walks, we provide a resource package. So it's filled with information that our community members could potentially utilize. And there was information in there that he felt was definitely beneficial for his daughter. So he was excited to receive information regarding that. There was a retired law enforcement officer that we spoke to who was on disability but wanted to give back to the city and was intrigued by the work of Trenton Street Team and indicated that he would most likely join our youth mentoring initiative. So that's somebody we'll definitely circle back on to have him become a part of this service as well. And so just overall, anyone that we spoke to, again, they said they had a feeling of safety, a strong sense of community. And again, they were grateful for the resources that were provided. And even if no one responded to the door, they were still left with information, right? Because this is how we still share. This is how we still share and make sure that our community members know what's going on, know what resources are available to them and what they have the right to have access to. So we want to make sure we share that information. There was also conversation about the rich history of Trenton. A lot of people don't know the history of Trenton. The music scene, the art scene, talking about jazz and things of that nature, and the programs that are provided in Trenton that are at the foundation or basis of those aspects as well. But I want to go back to the teacher I talked about initially. So Ms. Littlepage is a teacher at 9th grade academy. She was familiar with Trenton Community Street Team because we do run our mentorship program out of that school facility. So she knew about the mentorship program. She knew about Safe Passage, but she said she had no idea how we help the community at large, that we're focusing on, neighborhoods and families and trying to offer the support that they could need, right? And so I just want to have this opportunity just to let you hear her speak in her own words, the feeling that she had during our closing of our walk. So these are just Ms. Littlepage in her own words.
Mr. Loxico.
Just 1 second while we work on this.
It's to see that you guys are really, the access that you're giving the entirety of the community. It's to see that no one overlooks. It's to see that you guys are really, y'all really in there, and y'all are here for us. And I was telling Ms. Heather earlier that just to get that package that was so rich with information and resources, there may be some the access that you're giving the entirety of the community.
So let me say this. I know
no one's overlooked. It's the
speaker's not working too well, but I really want to capture what she was saying. I think Heather really hit the nail on the head. She talked about the resources that we're passing out, because when we do our community walk, we have a packet, and that packet includes other organizations that are doing work in the city of Trenton as well. And we also have in that packet different numbers in the city of Trenton. A lot of times we're going to communities, they say the same thing. We didn't know this existed. We didn't know how to get in contact with our city officials, with different departments, for different resources that was needed. And so some people might think that, hey, a flyer isn't important, but it is. It's a resource. And a lot of people don't have access to the internet like we think we should. A lot of people don't know where to go to specifically. You can put things online, but if I don't know that you exist, how can I get it? Sometimes you got to go back to basics. And that's what we were doing that day. And for her to be a teacher at a school that we're at, and for her not to even have access to information was something that we got to think about. So we have to go back to basics. We have to stop assuming people know where the resources are. We got to go to them. Plain and simple. We got to stop waiting for people to come to us. We have to go to where people are. And if some organization's not willing to do it, give us your flyer. We'll do it. Because that's the only way we can connect with our people. And if you in Trenton, you all of our people. One person at a time, one neighborhood at a time. So that's the reason why she said what she said. Because as we were preparing to go for a walk, we were sitting there talking, putting our strategy together. We thought it was somebody from the neighborhood just walking past. She said, no, I came here because you put another packet, a pre-packet, in my mailbox. Well, not the mailbox, that's legal.
In the door.
In the door. Just to clarify, you federal agents here, just to clarify. She said, I wanted to walk with you as you walk through my neighborhood. And when she said that at the end, that was the end after we walked. And she was able to get even more information. This work is important, people. Please know that.
And also, which I didn't add, her father joined us as we wrapped up our walk as well. So he was so intrigued by what was happening, what was occurring. He joined our closing and, expressed his gratitude as well. So this is something that we recognize as crucial. Right? We have to get this information out, and we need to use all avenues possible to get information out to our people. So our next walk is occurring February 11th. We're meeting in front of 832 Brunswick Ave, 832 Brunswick Ave. The meeting time is 2:45. So if you are free, if you're available, please come out and join us. You would definitely enjoy the experience. Flyers are on the table, so please feel free to grab them. And thank you.
Thank you so very much. Can I please have those who will be reporting out for TCST come up?
Good evening, everyone. I'm Joseph Jones Jr., Outreach Specialist. I'll be reporting out for Community Care Department for the period of December 11th to January 22nd. So the Community Care Department provides support to Trenton residents through case management, crisis intervention, navigation of social services, and resource linkage. Our work supports the broader mission of the Trenton Community Street Teams by strengthening community stability, reducing barriers, and connecting residents to the tools they need to maintain safety, wellness, and self-sufficiency. For this reporting period, our department responded to a wide range of needs. 3 mental health service references, 2 housing referrals related to violent incidents, 2 housing assistance cases, 3 utility assistance cases, 12 employment services requests, and 8 family services. The key trend this month. The key trend this month was employment services. We started to see an uptick of people coming to us looking for employment. So our dedicated outreach workers have been referring them to multiple resources as well as vocational services, just to make sure that they can sustain themselves. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. So I'll be giving a report out for Registrar Barbershop. Y'all can report out for Registrar Barbershop. So Registrar Barbershop has a men's monthly barbershop conversation. It happens every 3rd Friday of the month at Registrar Barbershop. The men barbershop conversation is a safe, engaging space for men to express themselves. The most recent session focused on fatherhood, highlighting the themes of responsibility, mentorship, and healthy male role models. And so the last event was well attended with 28 participants in total, including 12 youth ages from 12 to 18 and 16 adults. And our next barbershop conversation will be Friday, January 30th at 20 Passaic Street at Registrar Barbershop. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Alex Rodriguez, part of the Trenton Street Team. So I'm going to talk about the VIP Virtual Intervention Program we have. What that is a collaboration we have with Judge Thompson from the Mercer County Courthouse. He sends us over kids that he deems need a second chance, and he feels as though they deserve another chance at trying to get things right. So we get them. We have them for a 60-day cycle. We visit them virtually every day in that 60-day cycle, and we try to get them to see things in a different shed of light. We try to shed light on them, and we try to let them be heard rather than speak at them. We try to let them speak to us. Since last year up to date, we have served 44 participants. We got about a 99% graduation rate with that. Whoever don't graduate, he usually send them right back to us. So, we make sure we try to get it right. Currently, we have 6 active participants. And other than that, that's all I got. Thank you.
Hi all, I'm DeAndre. I'm going to be reporting out on the mentorship program that TCST offers. Right now we have a presence in 9th grade academy. We have a mentor program for both male and female youth in 9th grade academy. For the female group in particular, We anticipate graduating 4 students at the end of this current cohort, so we're excited about that. That will be celebrated on the 27th of January. Shout out to all the Aquarius out there. Sorry, I digress. But we've had 2 sessions since our last thesis meeting. The first of which was hosted by Omar Atkins of Operation. Okay, all right. Operation Capital City, during which Omar was able to give some good, useful life skills to both the male and female groups. So that was very entertaining and very informative. And then after that, the female group had 2 sessions, a hybrid session, one where we discussed self-esteem. Sylvia Hilton of our team, TCST, led that one, as well as the other half of the session, which was held by Ms. Deja and Ms. Jippy regarding time management. So our children were able to lead those sessions feeling equipped with life skills, time management skills, and self-esteem skills that they can move on forward with life. And, you know, as a good gateway towards that graduation ceremony. So we look forward to ending that on the 27th, and thank you.
Good evening, Jason Rogers. I'm gonna start with the male mentoring. As Ms. D just clearly stated, we will have our commencement service on this Tuesday, on January 27th. We will be graduating 6 young men. We in total had 7 sections of different topics, anywhere from bullying to self-esteem and self-development. And we also had 2 special cases where we was able to actually do action plans with the teachers for 2 young men that wasn't passing when we started this mentoring. So they will be passing this marking period, and they will be getting the certificate on Tuesday, January 27th. Now I'm gonna report out for the safe passage because I am the supervisor. As y'all know, we got all the high schools. We cover all 3 high schools. We have a total. Me and my staff is responsible for 3,783 students in the city of Trenton, getting in and out of school safe. We really haven't had that much action because of the holidays, but just the 1 or 2 incidents we did have, we have successfully did mediation through the administration and the young men and ladies in our city. We are pushing a new thing, Code Blue, in the city of Trenton, because our youth don't wear coats or jackets. So we are armed with hats and gloves for them because it's hard to get them to wear coats and jackets. And we also at Trenton High are pushing them to cross at the crosswalk where they supposed to walk at because we already had some fatalities during car accidents with youth. So that's what we're doing right now. We're pushing it hard. And just continue to pray for us and we continue to pray for you.
So once again, please give TCST a round of applause for the great work they did. People may ask, with all different services TCST provides, how does that reduce violence in our city? We reduce violence in multiple ways. But once again, it's about tackling things at the root cause, about making sure that we're mentoring young people, especially those who are having a challenging time. I know a lot of times people say at risk, at risk, at risk. Let me give you something so you can have a shift in mind. Let's focus on our kids and focus on them being at promise. Because if that's the case, we all at risk of something. Let's not separate our kids who are having challenges, who are having some things going on. Because some of our kids are dealing with so much. If we knew what was going on, it would blow our minds. Things have changed, but we have to make sure that we change with the times and be empathetic as well. So once again, thank you for listening. Thank you for understanding why we do what we do. Understand that it's a multi-level process to this work. I just want to add one more thing. Jamil had mentioned the great work of Barbershop Conversation. I just want to give a little more clarity about that. That's a collaborative effort. It's held at Razor Sharp, but it's entities and organizations coming together to host it, along with Razor Sharp. Some of those organizations are Fathers and Men United for Better Trenton, Trenton Restorative Street Team, Trenton Community Street Team, and Building a Better Way. This is how we come together as a community. The barbershop is a safe space for men to be able to speak, and when they get there, they can take their capes off that they have to wear when they leave every single day. That's where they can be vulnerable. A lot of times men can't be vulnerable in specific spaces and places, but that is a place they can be. So that's why it's important. So I want to make sure that all men understand you are invited. All young men, you are invited. All seasoned saints, because I won't say older men, you are invited. This is a space for that. With that being said, I'd like to call up.
Sorry, y'all. I was a little bit busy, but it's important. I don't even like speaking in front of everybody, but I don't want y'all to miss out on the report out for Tyler's Closet. If you don't know, Tyler's Closet is an initiative that I created under Trenton Community Street Team, where we give out free items to parents. I'm talking about strollers, car seats, shoes, clothes, all the things that we spend money on that we really don't want to. So last month we serviced 25 families, and the word is getting around. We're in doctor's offices, daycares. It's really useful for parents because any support for a single mom or even in a two-parent household is respected, right? We put our money in a lot of other places, especially these kids growing out of clothes fast. Why not just keep the cycle going? Everything I have is donated to me by the community. So if you know somebody with kids that can't use the program but can donate, please get a flyer from off the table over there. If you know a parent in need, please don't hesitate to send them my way. Get a flyer. My number's on there. I always answer. And then just be looking out for big things happening with me collaborating with a lot of organizations so that align with our mission. That's it.
You ain't got to apologize. I saw you go in and out. I'm glad you made it back. So with that being said, I would like to call Trenton Street Team up for their report out.
How y'all doing? Mike again from the Trenton Street Team. Let's see, our food pantry in the last 30 days, we serviced 300 people. Through our NG League, that's when we got help return to citizens with jobs, housing. We had 40 interactions with people, and we had 15 people who have been linked to services. The T.H.E.S.I Street Team, we got 5 people for jobs and forklift certification, and we have 7 youth at the Beast Boxing and Fitness and Trenton Street Team boxing and fitness circles. Safe Passage. We had 2 schools. We had Trenton Central High School, and then we're at Dunn Middle School. Let's see, incidents. Prevented a male student from getting stabbed. Prevented another male student from getting jumped. Let's see. Then they prevented 2 parents from getting into a fight because their kids were fighting. Extra high. Now we went to Holland Middle School. There was a trespass on the school grounds. Tried to get into I guess like another kid came up there and they were about to get into it, but the Safe Passage workers, they intervened and stopped that from happening. Also, was 2 kids jumped during school hours, and then when they came outside, tried to finish it up. Safe Passage came through and they interrupted that also. Events, the Christmas Give Back team gave away 400 hats and gloves between both schools. That's Trenton High and Holland. They did an outside kickback with pizza. They fed over 400 schools, for 400 students between both schools. We gave out 200 water bottles between both schools. We had the kids out there doing teaching basic self-defense and doing push-ups. Upcoming starting next month, it's gonna be the second Friday every month. We're gonna be at the hub downtown, doing a boxing and fitness youth with the kids down there, and then every Wednesday from 2:30 to 4:30 at Dunn Middle School doing boxing and fitness. That's it.
move on to CPD report out, every chance I make sure that we acknowledge greatness in our city, especially those who do things. You heard Mr. Hilton over here talk about boxing on multiple occasions. What he tends to fail to mention over and over again is that he is a professional boxing champion. So literally when he goes out there to fight, he has Trenton on his back. All right, so we got to acknowledge that. And we appreciate that. So thank you for all that you do. With that being said, I would like to have Detective McNair come up and give a report out for TPD.
Congratulations, sir. Appreciate you. Good evening. My name is Detective Corey McNair, Trenton Police Department, North Ward Liaison. I'll go over our stats first. These are our crime stats. I'll just be reporting out the North Ward, not the whole city at this time. Let's see. So I will say citywide between January the 12th and January the 18th, we've had 0 homicides. I think that's something to celebrate. 0 homicides citywide for those dates. Also 0 sexual assaults citywide for those dates as well. In terms of violent crimes, we have 0 citywide in the North Ward for those dates. Ag assaults by weapon, we have 3. First one's going to be a 300 block of East State Street. It's strangulation. Now this is DV involved, so typically when there's an incident or a fight, domestic related, you'll find an individual will, if they're choking or putting their hands around their significant other's neck, we usually categorize that as, if they're putting their hands around the neck and they're squeezing, we usually categorize that as a strangulation. So the person didn't lose their life, but we categorize it as a strangulation. However, the person was ID'd, was caught on surveillance camera, listed as a DV. They have not been arrested as of yet. Second one, another DV, strangled victim as well. This was North Willow and Beeks, and New Willow, excuse me, and Beeks. ID, arrested, surveillance camera, and DV. So that was dealt with. And the third one, ag assault, was at 750 Brunswick Avenue at the hospital. Looks like a hospital worker was assaulted. The individual was arrested as well. All right, let's go down to burglaries. We have 3 in the north. 1 300 block of north of West Hanover, a commercial burglary. Looks like they stole $2,100 in currency, cigars, and cigarettes. The individual has not been ID'd, and there was no surveillance footage. We have another one, 20 Hanover Place, residential, and looks like they stole with a forced entry, and they attempted to get into the location. They didn't actually get anything out of it. And our next one is the 400 block of Brunswick Avenue, commercial burglary. It looks like a door was open, so there was no force, but they got $6,600 in cash currency. So I want to remind you all, please lock your doors. And also, if you have access to surveillance cameras, if you can get some, I definitely suggest you install them. All right, moving on to thefts in the north. We have 3, 200 block of Academy Street. Looks like an iPhone 15 was stolen. 100 block of Sherman Avenue. $12,000 in cash currency was stolen. And Pine Oak Drive. Looks like someone stole a birth certificate and passport as well. That person was ID'd, caught on surveillance camera. That was DV related. And moving on to motor vehicle thefts, we have 0 in the north. So that's it for our stats. Move on. Coming up, we have our Citizens Academy starting again on March the 3rd. I think we have a few graduates in the room. Ask them afterwards what was their experience like. Yes. This is a 10-week course, 3-hour sessions at the police department. And, we go over essentially everything that we deal with when it comes to law enforcement. The only thing we haven't introduced yet is ride-alongs. But you all get an opportunity to see body cam footage You go through a simulated course where you're not dealing with a real handgun, but you're going through a simulated course with something like a handgun, and you actually have to make decisions like a police officer would. And after those decisions are made, you come back into our classroom, and we determine whether or not you're going to jail or not. So many times, many police encounters are Monday morning quarterback, and now the students are placed in a position as a police officer. You want to say something, Ms. Spence, about your experience? What was it like? Just give them a little bit.
Well, the gun felt real. It was very heavy. I died probably 8 times. And I don't want to be a police officer. I really respect it. That is what I was saying over here. I would just really suggest that everybody is really interested in what the police officers go through. First of all, you're not paid enough to put that out. Just mentally, emotionally, physically. I just have a newfound respect for law enforcement that can take the course. They really give you a lot of insight on why they make the decisions that they make. Sometimes you see what they do and you don't understand because you are not in their shoes, you know. But when you take this course, you get a better understanding of why certain actions are taken. So I think anybody who live in the city would want to find out more. Take a course. They feed you every night. I don't have to cook. I look forward to that. Hey, I like to eat, okay? I didn't have to cook. The food was delicious. Okay, we had a nice graduation. I'm not shy, okay? So it is what it is. I look forward to it for the 10 weeks, and I did learn a lot of useful information. So.
Thank you. We also had motor vehicle stops, so you learn your rights when being stopped by the police. And in full transparency, we're not trying to get you to be on the side of the police. I'm always very open about, incidents with police when they were wrong. And we tell you how to properly advocate for yourselves in real time. I know I do, at least when I'm teaching the course. So if you want to know how to deal with police in your city or in New Jersey, under, T.H.E.S.I, which is the code of New Jersey, I suggest you take the course and you can be able to advocate in real time for people, because all cops aren't good, right? And we need to know how to properly advocate for community members. So that those applications, I have a few, are due by February 13th, and the start date is March the 3rd. All right, move along real quick. I have a list for you all of resources in relation to law enforcement. I have a whole list for you, from Unity to tip lines, individuals who are dealing with sexual assault, runaways, all kinds of numbers. Also, I want to just remind you all, no savesies. We have snow coming up this weekend. I grew up on the street where we had no driveways, so I get it. Once you shovel out your parking spot in your car, you usually want to save that spot. Unfortunately, you can't unless you have a handicap sign in the city. So no trash cans, no cones, no bed rails, no chairs. I've seen a lot of, right, no cinder blocks, no, you can't. You've seen everything. And the city actually will discard those items.
You fell down the office.
Right, listen. I actually have put trash cans in a spot when I was younger, and I lived on the street with no driveway, so I get it. And people will fight you over their parking spot. And last but not least, we have a resource directory for the entire county, all your elected officials, if you have any issues. And that's it. Thank you.
Once again, thank you, Detective Nair. Is there anyone representing the city of Trenton to report out? If not, we'll move along. We'll move into our presentation. Dr. Davis from Positive Intervention LLC. The floor is yours, sir. And just to let you know, we are doing great on time. We're doing great on time. We're still looking forward to being able to conclude by 6:30. So just want to let you know we're doing great on time.
Hello, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Kevin Davis. I am a city resident, born and bred, most likely to be Trenton dead. I've been
I'm doing HIV, STD, HIV for over 40 years. A lot of stuff that you don't know, like with like gonorrhea, you can have gonorrhea in any orifice on your body. You can have it in, with the penis, the vagina. You can have it in the anus. You can have it in the throat. You can even have it in your eye. Now, I know a lot of y'all are asking, how do you get gonorrhea in the eye? Looking for love in all the wrong places. When I used to do this all the time, my presentations used to be something, but I'm in a different space now. So today I want to talk to you about EHE. EHE stands for Ending the HIV Epidemic. That is the new push now. In 2018, the Trump administration announced funding to reduce the transmission of HIV. And so with EHE, they have 4 pillars or 4 segments which they want to focus on. They want to focus on getting people diagnosed. The earlier you get diagnosed, the more likely sooner we can get you into care, right? So the second pillar is treatment. Treatment works. I mean, when I first started this 40 years ago, we used to get people their diagnosis, you're HIV positive, within 2 years you were dead, right? So to see this whole swing now, right? One of the biggest things with HIV today is dealing with seniors who have it. They were 30 when they got it, and instead of dying because of great medication, they're living longer. There's one gentleman that we met at a conference. I was in Atlanta. He was from New York. He said he planned for everything. He planned for everything to happen to him. And he had a good time. He didn't want to be sad when he leave, when he died. Only thing he didn't plan for was old age. But he was able to get old. So we have people that 75, 80. The average person with HIV today is 54 years old. That's the average person, right? Because they can have it for 30, 40 years. And so we're seeing now what can happen to a body as you age and have HIV. So that's some of the new frontiers. The second pillar in EHE is really about treatment, right? The treatment works. It is real good medication. When it used to be when they first came out with ATV in the cocktail, it used to make a lot of people sick. Now they got this thing down to 1 pill. Usually the 1 pill got 3 or 4 different medicines in it, but you take it once a day. And if you take it once a day and you continue to stay on it, your viral load is going to go down to what we call undetectable, or at very least being suppressed. So if you have a viral load that's less than 200, CDC won't tell you this because they won't put anything absolute. If it's less than 200, you cannot pass this virus to anyone. And so what we're really trying to do is to get you to where you're undetectable. And so they came out with a campaign a couple of years ago, said undetectable means untransmittable. So if you're undetectable, we can't detect the virus can only read if you have copies of about 20. If it's anything lower than that, the machine won't be able to pick it up. And so because we know that we can't see it on the machine in our testing, you cannot pass it on. So it is a very controllable disease. Very controllable. It is. We have done more with HIV than we have done with syphilis, gonorrhea, chlamydia, herpes combined. Right? So they have made great, and I say we because I've been in this fight for so long. I'm not on the medical side, I'm on that other side. What I call the art of it. The other thing is about prevention, right? You listen, prevention is worth a pound of care. So if we can prevent it, if we can stop you from getting it, right, then we don't have to worry about you at all. And surprisingly, most people think that STD clinics, the key to STD clinics is getting someone in and treating them. If we get you in and treat you, we have failed doing our job. Because our job is supposed to be about prevention. So the number one thing is, so when someone is positive, we bring them in, we treat them, what we're doing, we're interrupting the disease. So that means that their significant other may not get it or someone else. But if you gotten the disease, we did nothing to interrupt, right? So prevention is going to be very important. And then what they want to do is we got to have a rapid response. So when we're doing the testing, we find out, there's 15 people in the city of Trenton recently just came down with it. One of the saddest times in my life working when I was in the city of Trenton, I had 3 young men, and there was a good when we say young men, because they were all under 18. They were 16, 17 years old. They came into the clinic to be tested for syphilis, and they did have syphilis. But we said, hey, while you're here, you should get an HIV test. And all 3 of them came up positive. And so what we want to do when we talk about rapid response, we got to recognize, okay, there's something going on. And what are we going to do about it? What forces are we going to marshal? What resources we're going to bring into that area? So it's also going to be about the response. So between diagnosis, treating, prevention, and response, we're going to be able to do some very amazing things. Now, because of the advancement in care, right, and the medication and the treatment, the ART, we call it, antiretroviral therapy, right? People are living longer today. And as I said, I use that terminology, U equals you, but U doesn't equal you for everybody, right? So we're going to see some communities, some places, they're going to be very successful getting the medicine, staying on the medicine, but in marginalized and in vulnerable communities, in Black, brown, and poor communities, will not have that same response. We're trying to do better. And one of the reasons why we don't get that same response, because we haven't been at the table. So when they're planning how to come up with strategies, we're not at the table. And so one of the things is they said, nothing about us that doesn't include us, it isn't for us. And so if we're not at the table, if we don't great advocates for ourselves, right? Usually we don't, nothing happens. Let me give you an example. Right after 9/11, state put a lot of money into public health readiness. And so when I used to go to these meetings, state health department, everybody for the state. There was, and I hope I don't offend anyone, there was myself, one African American. There was another gentleman from North, another African American, and there was a gentleman from Camden, an Asian American. Then everybody else in the room were white. They said, Kevin, if something happened, what should we do? I said, you see me running down the highway, follow me. Right? So we understand that. I do want to also just mention, I don't know if you mentioned, if you have been in this field, Dr. Cadbaloo, Nick Cadbaloo. He was one of the first fighters in the city of Trenton. He was one of the first persons that was treating HIV. He always talked about intensifying the fight. Right? Everything is quiet down. We're not having all the, AIDS, telethons and all that we used to have. And so things are going quiet. But there's still people dying from HIV. There's still people being affected by HIV. Right? I was reading the chart today. Young kid. I'm saying, with all this information, how are you still getting infected? But that's a story for another day. So I want to just, for a couple of minutes, I'm going to tell you about my research. So I'm doing research. I'm looking at HIV and depression. So I'm working with I got some colleagues down in, of all places, Jackson, Mississippi, and we're working on some research, and we're looking at depression because when we talk about ending the epidemic, when we're talking about being in treatment, when we talk about staying in treatment, right? Because U equals U, right? And if you come off your medication, within 2 weeks, we will be able to detect it, right? And so, but this is the thing. Depression, we know people who are depressed are more likely not to have delayed care, are more likely not to stay in care, or just stop taking their medicine. right? And because when we talk about E equals EHE, we want everybody on medication that's supposed to be on medication. And so if we don't look at these nuances, and this is part of data, right? So we're looking at the data, right? So we know that if you have depression, you're less likely to take your medication, right? But this is also something that the research has shown us, that it is also, there are certain, and HIV happen to be one of these type of viral infections. It actually, having HIV in itself, it makes your brain secrete what is called a cytokine. And the cytokine actually increases your probability of being depressed, right? But you can be depressed because of stigma, because we're still not welcome for people who have HIV. But we get this opportunity, I'm going to end with this, we get this opportunity, right, to do something extraordinary. To be honest, I didn't think this was going to work. We tried it with TB. As soon as we tried it with TB, TB numbers shot up. We tried it with syphilis. As soon as we said we're gonna eliminate syphilis out of the United States, those numbers shot up also. Because in both of those things, they didn't have the right people at the table when they was trying to devise what type of program we should do. So this time, federal government said that they have to be at the table. We have to be at the table. If they are not at the table, you don't get funded, right? So we got this opportunity to make a serious progress in eliminating, eradicating, right, HIV right now. They're coming out with now medication. You take 2 shots a year, every 6 months. You can get what we call PrEP, that's preventative, if you are a high-risk person, right? Or if you are a partner of a high-risk person. You can go on PrEP. You will not get it. Right? We got an opportunity to do something fabulous not only in Trenton, but in all of New Jersey, all across the United States, that we can really seriously end what we call HIV. And tell you how fast this happened. We didn't come up with an actual treatment for syphilis. It took 500 years. This right here took us about 30. A lot of people died, but we have made progress. So I want to put the word out. If you get an opportunity to hear about EHE, please work with us.
Before we close out with partners report out, let me just say this. Some people may ask the question, how is this connected to reducing violence in our city? That's the reason why we have T.H.E.S.I.S. T.H.E.S.I.S stands for Trenton Health, Education, Safety, and Information Session. It's all connected, people. You heard the good news. Now you're charged to spread the good news. As he mentioned about having a seat at the table, I was always told if you don't have a seat at the table, that means you on the menu. And for far too long, too many of us in Trenton have been on the menu. We've been picked apart, separated. People helicoptered in, taken from us. Now it's time for us to understand that we have the power. That being said, any partners, do you have anything to report out? We'll go around the room. I will start to my left.
Yeah, I do actually. The city of Trenton has a basketball league. Actually, can help you out with this. The younger kids, 6 to 9, we need more signups. The babies, they don't have to really play yet. Like they just gonna practice for a while. We need more signups at Sam Naples. All right, so any 6 to 9-year-olds, sign them up. They're at Sam Naples Saturdays at
10:30.
10:30. Boys and girls, it's co-ed.
Co-ed fundamental.
As far as the other ages, 10 to 11 has a few spots left. It's a free league. 12 and older is all gone. But from 10 to 11 has spots left, and 6 to 9, we are in dire need of kids. I don't know if, where they at. They on the iPads in the morning. Bring them through. All right.
Thank you. That means all yours. Anybody?
I'll go. Okay. Please. Hi everyone. How y'all doing? I'm here because
What's your name, sir?
My name is Javid, and I'm here with my company, J&A Install. We're providing an opportunity for kids that's 16 to 18 to learn the glazing industry. It's all types of glass work, from car windows to house windows to residential windows. That's why I'm here today, to be able to accept the opportunity to be able to teach these kids a new industry that will always be here. Windows are forever, glass is forever, and it always breaks, and somebody always needs to fix it. So I want to teach the youth, especially the age groups from 16 to 18, because they need an outlet right after high school. Everybody doesn't want to go to college. Everybody doesn't want to go to the Army, but everybody wants to make money. So that's why we're here, and I want to provide that opportunity.
Good evening again. My name is Mark from the Calvin House. Primarily, we're known within the educational section within the City of Trenton Anger Management Workshop. But I'm glad to announce that we are now going to be kicking off wraparound services for individuals who may have struggled or experienced opioid use. You can definitely find us on our website, which is calvinhouse.org. I do have some callers on this, but a good population of individuals struggle with that. This is going to be some wraparound services that's going to be paid for. Shout out to the county. They're going to be sponsoring of that whole situation. So just want to put that information out to you guys first. If you haven't yet, go live with the information. But I feel that this is a great opportunity to share that today. So again, anyone that you may either come across or are directly working with that have a struggle, because you gotta be able to empower character, not only just the training aspect of the person, but so look at exactly because of the drug opioid crisis that we're dealing with here. You instead of giving that guy $1 at the kid, like, hey, listen, I got some wraparound services, and I can connect you with as well. Right? Just want to share that with you guys. Appreciate it.
Hello everyone again, my name is Jessica Jones and I'm the founder and CEO of the Trenton Life Center. My wife is my actual co-founder, but she couldn't be here today. She actually is a local artist who did an installment today at Capital Elementary School. And on Saturday, she's hosting a art session teaching adults that there is no wrong way to do art. It's at a new cultural arts center called Casa Cultura, and the sessions are free if you go to casacultura.com. And if you want to learn how to do some art inspired by someone who's doing art in this community, please look it up.
Hello again, everyone. My name is T.H.E.S., and me and my wife run a nonprofit called Educate Outreach. And we focus on mental health. We also do outreach and different giveaways in the community. But every other Saturday, we host a support group. So basically, what we do when we come in the circle, we give people a voice that don't feel like they have a voice. We talk about different topics, just growing, healing, and building community. So if anybody's interested, our next session will be on February 7th, and y'all can follow us just to see everything that we have going on at Hidden Pain Outreach.
Hi, everybody. My name is Ron Chambers. I have a nonprofit called Capital Fight Foundation. I live in Seattle, South Carolina. I think that coming out here, we're going to really be doing some all my ratings. And now I work for American Airlines. So the Capital Fight Foundation, bridge that gap between aviation and innovators. We have a lot of creators out here.
My name is Kevin Wall with Mental Hope. Mental Hope, right now, we are opening a program with someone where it's going on now. Skills of Success, which is to teach the young men and women skills,
collaborate with the welding, electrical, plumbing, HVAC, department. The kids come in, we do 4 to 8 hours of work on Saturday, Sunday right now for the school, get paid, especially they love that there, and they learn the trade. We are right now up at 94 Brunswick, Spruce Street. It's right up beside the Spruce Street coming up front by a barber shop there. Right there, we got a building there, it's opened up. We're doing a lot of renovation work there. And the kids are doing the renovation work. They just built a bathroom inside of it themselves. Ground up, built a base that they all it the whole time. So they are really, they love it. They love it. They look at it making money, man, but they love the work. I have one of the young men, he's 11 years old. I usually don't take him at 11 to do construction, but his mother said, I need you to save my son. Yeah, he turned out to be great. And I was taking him home. It was time to pay him on Cash App. He said, I said, why are you giving your money? He said, I'm not worried about the money. I want to be here. He said, now, the money is cool. He said, that's not why I'm here. To hear that from an 11-year-old, it's just like, if I was getting weak in the knees, he made me get strong again. And one more thing, we get ready to do a social media classes for the youth. Because y'all know social media. And the school's got, I didn't even know it. The school's got to give you a bag and put your phone in all day. And I'm gonna tell you something. I get addicted to the thing sometimes. So I can imagine how they get. You know what I'm trying to say? And you got to find them trying to make it music positive. But it's just a device. It does what you tell them to do. You tell them to be negative, it's going to be negative. You tell them to be positive, it's positive. That's what you tell them to do. We got to keep trying to utilize it. That's all I got to say.
I know your organization has an event coming up pretty soon, sir. Can you let us know what that is?
Hello, everybody. My name is Nick Gatlin. I'm a member of Father Day National Better Trenton. On Friday, April the 10th, this year, from 5 to 9, doing a father and daughter dance. Sure. And believe me, some young ladies, when they come in there, they look like, they don't look like, but they queens.
Wait,
It'll be real nice. If anybody want to perform, I'm right here, and I have them.
Thank you, sir.
Hi everyone, once again, my name is Sarah, and today now we're here with One Simple Wish. If you're not familiar with One Simple Wish, we're we're nationwide, and we help kids in foster care and also individuals in crisis, and we help grant permissions. So we are based in Newton, so we have a strong presence in Trenton. We're working on growing that. We're looking for our programs. So if you have questions, feel free to come and ask us afterwards. I do want to emphasize that right now, because the winter storm over the weekend, we have been out in Trenton and looking to find coats, hats, gloves. We require a gift for somebody. We have some hotels. So if you know anybody who's in need, especially with the weather this weekend, please let us know. You can grab our business cards too. We're here to help. Otherwise, you can also follow us at One Simple Wish on all platforms. We're very active on social media, and you're able to really develop an understanding of what we do within the community and nationwide. We share a lot of wishes on there as well. So definitely give us a call. If you have any questions, please come ask them afterwards.
So, I'll go. Dr. Township and Ellis here. So outside of my nonprofit United Home Center, I am the director at the Rescue Missions Pathways Wellness Center. It is a free wellness center that is open 6 days a week. Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 9 to 5, Tuesday and Thursday, 11 to 7. Outside of being a wellness center, we are a resource center. So we're coming where people can come and be referred to different services, get free mental health support. We also do have physical fitness sessions, GED preparation and tutor, job readiness programs, peer-to-peer support services, yoga, line dancing, outdoor recreation, trip to local theaters, women's groups, men's groups, arts and crafts, game nights, life skill workshops, financial literacy sessions, resource fairs, therapeutic support, and fun trips. So every third Thursday, we invite our partners to come into the resource hub and give resources out to the community. This is free. We do not charge any insurance. We do not bill. We do not offer it. We've never charged anybody anything. Since our inception, we started last year. I want to say we opened our doors in April. There were no guests, no members when we started this program. I designed the program and implemented. We now have over 600 members who have come to the center over 3,000 times within not even a year yet. So please come to 505 Perry Street and you can do a tour. You can invite the community on the street team. Derek and Joseph have a relationship with us. When we're out in the community and people need resources, you can bring them right down to 505 Perry Street.
Hey, good evening, everybody. My name is Victor Torres. I'm running an initiative called Books, Boxing, and Brotherhood for teens in our area, in Trenton area. So we're going to do tutoring and boxing, 1 time a week tutoring, every other week of boxing, to show the kids self-defense and battle with childhood obesity, but also get them in the grades and promote that brotherhood in the city. So if you know any teens, like 14 to 17, just send them my way, and my program will be able to help them with this brotherhood program.
My name is Michael. I said that. My bad. My name is Rick Wong. I go by Ray. I'm running a non-profit program called That's My Brother. It's bring kids and young adults my age to go to bond and talk about what they go through in life, because everybody goes through things in life, especially young adults like me. I go through things every day. So and we go on trips, that's related to what we're talking about as well. So yeah, that's it.
Right. One quick question. How old are you, sir?
18.
What's up, bro?
Hi, I'm Tara from JRH Foundation Yaris. I just wanted to let you all know, if you know any teenagers, young adults 14 to age 20, on Tuesday nights here on the 3rd floor, we have a filmmaking class, free. We feed all the students. It's from 3 o'clock, so when they get home from school, to 6 o'clock, right here on the 3rd floor, 14 to 20.
Anyone else on this side? Anyone? Well, my name is Bradford Coleman, but I'm better known around town as Coach Jim. I do baseball for North Trenton Youth Baseball. We're citywide. We take kids from 4 to 12, boys and girls. And right now we're doing our registration. Our season starts in April, but we do instruction every Saturday from 10 to 12, 6 to 6, 55 on the King Boulevard. They come and register, they get individual training until we get to the weather break and go outside. We actually have high school coaches and former college players. And if they come within the next 2 weeks, we have one major league player, one major league coach who comes here. He's there until spring training starts in February. So every Saturday, kids can sign up. We take, like I said, we take it from 4 to 12 years old. And we take boys and girls. I always keep a girl on my team because boys don't work hard. I always keep a girl on my team.
Anybody on this side? Come on, sir. Come on, Chad.
Oh, man. All right, Mike, Beach Boxing and Fitness. Start this Saturday. We'll be on the boxing course. Kids ages 7 to 17, 11:30 a.m. 12:30 noon. That's our next Saturday. But that's gonna be for 5 weeks. But we skipping the 14th, Valentine's Day weekend. We're going to that weekend. Every other Saturday, it's 5 Saturdays. 11 to 12, and 11 New Jersey Avenue, Ikewood's Boxing Academy.
Turn around. Anybody.
Hello, everyone. My apologies for being late. I had my violence prevention and intervention program with the T.H.E.S.I.S Foundation today, so I'm a little late, but to the point. My name is Jen Baker, founder and CEO of Visionary Philanthropy Group, Inc. We have an event January 30th. It's a startup event. It's for ages 16 to 25. We have it at our new office. The location is 229 Lawrence Road. And this event will be about AI, startups, how to start up, startup companies, and a lot of other tech skills. We'll have some food. Everything is free. And also, we'll have some other, we have a director of the Startup Grind in Princeton. He'll be facilitating the whole Startup Grind event. And we also have our Break Me Code and our Girls Who Code trainings that we have. We won 2 grants for the Youth Justice Commission facilities. And we're trying to get more facilitators so that they can be facilitators inside these Youth Justice Commission facilities. So once they finish the training, then we'll hire them. We'll be paying $60 per hour. So please spread the word, and anyone interested, please contact me. All right. Thank you.
Nope.
No, I just a reminder for folks who were here at the beginning, and a reminder for folks who came in after, that IL's Youth Institute, which is our re-engagement high school in this 16 to 24, for folks who are doing academic work, vocational trade, internship, job placement with us, mental health services, accepting applications for our last 25-26 school year enrollment date. So get those in the next month. If you know younger people ages 16 to 24 who need to be back in school, so when the model comes to us, happy to have that conversation with you. If you are interested in community gardening, the website is also open now on ILS to put your name in for your community gardens in your neighborhood for this summer. So those spots do fill up quickly, and we're hoping to get new, fresh folks who want to grow vegetables in their community. That's also free to use, so just go to that website. Some of you who've been here recently heard me talk about funding to support going back to school. While our initial kind of content of that money went away, we have a new set of funding available through our Financial Opportunity Center for anybody who is currently eligible for SNAP benefits. If they're eligible for SNAP benefits, there is money to support either getting a job, which can be used for like childcare, transportation, those kinds of funds, or going back to school for a program that ends an accreditation program, trying to really help support those. It's free, easy to happen on the ILS website too. Go Trenton, starting next month, we'll go out to the ShopRite in Ewing and the WIC office out there, and then a bunch of the places on Olsen Avenue. We're also adding 8 cars to the fleet that just got delivered. So our waiting times are definitely down, but they will be down even more with those 8 cars that are coming. I said enough. That's the highest.
Doctor?
Good evening again. My name is Dr. Clark. Right now, I am partnershiping with the Youth College. And I'm excited to report out that we have secured, we're taking them to Howard University for spring break. This is exciting because a lot of our youth don't get to get out of the city of Trenton. And I personally work with the junior and senior class at Trenton Central High School as their big sister alum at the high and their big sister alum here at Mercer County. I want to show them the importance of, yes, there's some great things right here, but there's another world outside as well. And so in order for the kids to qualify, they have to be actively coming to the after school program. And I'm there at the high 2 days a week. And they are to come to me, and this is the time where we get to do counseling with them, see which route they're going, check on their grades, and it's like we're going on a charter bus, so this is all expensive, all right? So they have to do some work. So they have to earn an A or B, have AP classes, and it actually be actively participating in their academic program right now, right? And so I'm excited for that for our youth. Other things that we're doing is it's still winter, right? We've been leading support groups for social emotional health, understanding how to navigate the emotions, dealing with the heaviness of the season, not just the death of beings, but a lot of things that tend to go down this season. And so our youth guys are really, they're hurting. They don't open up a lot. That's because they don't feel safe enough. So I petition us to make sure we start making it where our youth feel safe enough to come to us and talk to us. That's for everyone in this room. And if we can change our vocab just a little bit about what's wrong with them and start saying what happened and how can I? Because that's another thing that takes time. So y'all know that know me. Y'all that know me know I ride it out with my youth in Trenton. And so these are the things that I'm getting the data on what they need. And a lot of it is they need some more emotional support. Thank
CEO and founder of Trenton Family Foundation, youth development nonprofit organization. I have just came back from one of my programs. The program that came back from is called Tough Enough, Empowering Network. Again, Empowerment House, they're part of it too as well. We're actually trying to get more organizations to come in and try to be our empowering network for the kids who deal with life skills, mental health, anger management, drug awareness, deal with college preparation, job preparation, financial literacy, anything you can think of, life skills, anywhere along on that line. We have tutoring for the kids, we have free food. We're trying to partner with some places just to get some more free food. We do have our own transportation, so we're trying to take some trips this year as well. So we're trying to have more people come in and try to be that network that we have. So we come in, so the first it's from 12 to 18, that's the ages. So we have a group session first, it's from 5 to 7:30. We do that Monday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. But we have a group session first, like almost an hour, probably to an hour. We eat during that time as well. On Thursdays, like today's Thursdays, we have a group of women that come in, they deal with ladies. So we have the gym aspect to it as well. So Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, so we got them in talking about the gym and food. They gotta do the group session. So I don't know if everybody remember We Didn't See back in the day. I played ball. A lot of people from different sides of Trenton play basketball as well there, but it was a safe haven as well. So that's what I'm providing to as well. But it's like the new We Didn't See though, basically. And we have this at Joyce Summer, trying to get T.H.E.S.I.S women's involved too, so we can have both sides. I did have Parker last year, but a lot of people wasn't coming out, so I just dropped that. I have a regular after-school program there now, so just to take that point off. So also I have at Joyce Summer as well, we have a program during the days, some tough support. It's a tough family support program, basically, where we have we're trying to help the kids that's more behavior and the kids that's attendance problems, late. Trying to figure out why they're late, why they're absent. So we're trying to help parents. It was a whole support program. So basically, we have social workers helping with parents, counselors helping with kids, mentors helping with this. Anybody who want to mentor that's during the daytime. We do that Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays during the day at Joyce Summer as well. So maybe probably go to some more schools. So that's where the kids are at. They're in the schools. So we do that as well. So, and another thing, we have our summer camp coming. We'll start our registration for that coming up as well. Probably February or March. So that's coming up. So thank you. Now starting in March. So starting in March, we do cleanups every month. Tough community cleanups. Everybody's been a part of it. Yeah, we do communities and we pick apart. We pick a place on Trenton. I don't care what side. We pick a spot. We clean up. We have we bring produce out there. We have people giving stuff out to the community as well. We always feed everybody as well. Just letting you know, we do that in March. We start in March and we end in November. If you ever want to be a part of it, you can look us up, Trenton Family Foundation, but most people call it Tough Foundation. But we're around, all right? Thank you.
So as we come to a close, I just want to acknowledge once again all the different organizations in the room. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will charge you with this. If there's an entity, organization, or individual that you have never met before, and that's doing something that you're not doing, or doing something that's in line with you doing, connect with them. Connect with them. Now, right now, I want to ask one thing. For all those individuals who are going to be acknowledged shortly for grant recipients. Please stand up so we give you flowers right now as well. So I'm going to ask for all grantees, once we conclude, please remain in the room. We're going to take a few pictures, and then we're going to have some food, and then you'll be getting your awards so you can get on home. All right? Everybody see real quick. So, in case you didn't look at your agenda, our next meeting will be here once again, February 26th at 5 p.m. I challenge you all to do this. Don't just come. Bring 2 people.
Oh, you got the credit. I like that.
Listen, you can acknowledge it, but it's important that we spread the word because you all are doing great things in the city. And we got to make sure that we're informing more people in our city about what's going on. So we would greatly appreciate you making sure that you bring somebody else, not just coming by yourself. Lastly, I would ask that you all pray for our city. We know this is a tough time for some people. We know the cold weather is unrelenting. I had to join some of our team members out this safe passage the last couple of days. And I was sitting here like, I don't know. Because it was single digits out there for safe passage. And I was always told that as the day goes along, it's supposed to get warmer. It's like it got colder for the second shift. So please, let's pray for those who don't have. Let's pray for those who are struggling. Let's pray for our city. Let's pray for each other. Let's make sure that we come back here with a clear heart and a clear mind and understanding that together we can go further. With that being said, we adjourn and concluded. For those who are staying for the ceremony, please make your way over there across the hall. For those who are grant recipients, please remain in the room. Once again, if you're a grant recipient, please remain in the room. Thank you all. Free.